So today I'm gonna do a book flip for my photo book called Paradise. It's 164 pages with 75 black and white images. It launches on the 6th of January 2014 and it's available for pre-order. So Paradise is a book about man's unending search for paradise, and it's based on a long-term project which took 5 years to complete in Swat Valley and in Pakistan. So I started this documentary project when I was in Pakistan in 2009. There was a conflict between the Taliban and the army, which forced more than 2 million people to flee Swat Valley. So the book starts with the first chapter. There are 4 chapters altogether. The first chapter is called The Exodus. It talks about my meeting with the people of Swat. And also, because of this meeting, I began this search for paradise in Swat Valley. Because almost everybody that I met during this exodus said that they have lost a paradise. And they all described their home as paradise. And I became really curious. And I made up my mind that when I had the chance, I would go to Swat to see and to document exactly what they were talking about. So Swat Valley, a little bit background there, is that it was called the Switzerland of the East. Used to be a major tourist attraction in Pakistan, and many people went there because of the rivers and the mountains, and really it was like a paradise before the conflict. When I finally could return to Swat in 2010, I was a little bit too late. My second chapter is called The Flood, basically talking about and showing the results of my first visit to Swat Valley proper. In 2010, 1 month before I made my trip to Swat Valley, the most terrible flood in the history of Pakistan happened, and it started from Swat Valley. So you could imagine that when I went into Swat Valley, all I could see was death and destruction. And really, I mean, what man could not destroy, nature did. I could not really tell the difference between the destruction, between whether it was caused by man or by nature. But all I could feel was really this sense of grief and the sense of paranoia, suspicion that everything has been lost. And to be honest, it's hard to come out of a conflict without any scars. And I felt that the people of Swat have been scarred by the conflict. And defeated by the natural disaster that struck them a year later. Chapter 3 is documents my trip in 2011, and I call it Ghost of the Past. Basically, I was trying to find that paradise again. There's a little something from my friend, an essay about Swat from my friend Zubair Ali, who was born and bred in Swat. He's a columnist, a writer, an activist. So chapter 3 of 4 continues what I did in chapter 2. But basically I could see that people were very people were really wanting to go back to the past when everything was good, everything was well and good, and there was no conflict, there was no flood. The children started to play with guns, and I could still see a little bit of paradise left, but it's hard to imagine what it was like in the past after one major conflict and a huge natural disaster. So chapter 3 ends here, and in chapter 4, which is the last chapter, it's called Origins. I went back this year and I tried to look for the original paradise, because in my head, there must have been places where the conflict or the natural disaster is not touched, and these places would be able to at least give me a glimpse of what it was, this original paradise. So this was taken in a village called Boyun. To me, it was one of the key images that spoke about the original paradise. And this is the last image. I felt that this was a good summary of, and this is a good summary of how I felt about Swat, about this paradise that I went in search of. There is an epilogue which puts into words how I felt after I finished the project. After I finished the work. This is the catalog. As I said, 75 black and white images in 164 pages. Acknowledgements. And this book will be available for sale after 6th of January in all major bookstores. It's retailing at 46 US dollars and 60 Singapore dollars. So I hope to get your support, and I hope that you would spread the word about this book, Paradise by Edwin Koo. Thank you very much for your time.